Hey guys, today I want to share with you my completed RG Testament Build Strike Gundam. So yeah, I've given the name a little adjustment to fit the styling that I applied to this kit. So I don't remember how much I really talked about this in the review of the RG Build Strike Gundam, but what I wanted to do was make it into something that I could like. Because the Build Strike Gundam, I like the Gundam itself really, but the backpack really didn't appeal to me, and I didn't really like the weapons much, and it was just the color scheme I didn't really like as well. I mean, it's kind of that typical Gundam color scheme, and it was just kind of not really all that great. So I wanted to try to I thought, oh, I'll just repaint it into something that I like a little bit more. So I thought about some ideas, and one idea that I don't know why I really thought of it right away, but was pretty quick to think of the idea of painting it in the style of the Testament Gundam. Now, the Testament Gundam is a Gundam that's kind of obscure, but I think a lot of people are probably learning a lot more about it recently because it's been recently announced that Dragon Momoko is going to be making a Master Grade Testament Gundam, which is cool. I do plan on getting that kit, and that'll be fun. But so what I wanted to do was just paint this up in the colors of the Testament Gundam, and that's what I've done here. There's a few different color variations of that Gundam. I went with a kind of standard red one. This is like the same color scheme as the Robot Damashi. I actually referred to the Robot Damashi kit for the colors for this kit. And I did a little tiny bit of modification, barely. One of the most noticeable modifications is that obviously the wings are gone. So basically the connections were just here on the sides of this part, and I just cut off that connection, just did away with the wings altogether. And so no wings, and so I like the backpack a lot better now with just this kind of more simple, this kind of backpack. I think it looks a lot better. I kept the cannons on there though. And then obviously the V-fin is the other thing that's changed. So actually what I did was just saw off that V-fin with just like a micro saw, a really thin saw blade. Just sawed off the V-fin and then just turned it around the opposite way basically and just glued it back on. Well, that's what I was trying to do, but it ended up kind of not working the first way around, and I ended up just with making the parts of the V-fin too small. So I just had to chuck those, and luckily in just like my spare parts bin, I had an extra V-fin from some other old kit, which was just kind of like a normal V-fin, just cut it in half, and then just glued those to the side of the V-fin here, and I think it works out pretty well. It's kind of like the Testament Gundam's signature, like inverted V-fin like that, which I think is a pretty cool design. So did that, and then just repainted up in these different colors. If you guys are wondering about the colors that I used for this kit, I can't really say, like, not that I don't want to say. The main red, the two tones of red are just like custom mixed reds, so can't really explain that really well. I just kind of like eyeballed it until I got a color that I wanted. So I used a few different colors of red to mix those up together. The lighter red was kind of like the main color. There is a little bit of fluorescent red in that as well, so that actually will make that a little bit brighter. And then like the light gray in the middle, and then for the arms is just a normal out of the bottle gray color. And then like for a lot of like the hands and a lot of like the frame parts is all, I think that's in like German gray. It's a pretty common color that I use relatively often. And then the yellow is just a kind of standard yellow color. I think it's like bright yellow or something like that. So nothing really too special there. For a few of the joint parts here, like for the joints in the elbows and the knees, in the neck, and on the back of the ankles, you can't really see them all too well. That's also like a custom mixed color, like a brownish gray color. I actually was pretty pleased with that. I actually was not planning on painting those parts, but my bros in the Gunpla Talk group chat convinced me to go ahead and paint those. I was just going to leave them because they were just kind of looked like fine the way they were, but glad I did paint those, so glad those guys convinced me. And then like the pistol and the kind of gray parts on the cannons is in a different gray color as well. I decided to go with the pistol because the Testament Gundam uses pistols. It was kind of a shame to get rid of like the rifle and like the huge mega rifle that the Build Strike has, because I think a lot of people would be like, oh no, you got rid of that big gun, because a lot of people probably like that gun, but yeah, I kind of played around with the ideas for the weapon for a while, and then I thought, no, just Testament uses a pistol, so just use a pistol. So that is what I did for this kit. And then I had some Zaft decals, and I used kind of a mix of a lot of different decals, but like for the main big markings, like the Zaft markings and stuff, I just had those just in some like leftover decals from some decals that I had gotten previously from Samuel Decal before. So just threw on some of those Zaft decals on there for the markings. And that was pretty much it for this kit. So it was a relatively simple just kind of thing. It was something that I just wanted to do just to again, it was just kind of an experiment to try to make this kit something that I could enjoy more. And I'm actually really super happy with how this came out. This is probably one of my favorite kits that I've painted, just because I'm really happy with this actually, and I really like the colors a lot too. I think that's something that I was really pleased with, and it just looks very clean and neat and brightly colored, and I like that. So the colors were actually brighter before when I had like when I had the kit all done and like gloss coated. I was really happy with how bright the colors were, and then once I sprayed that matte top coat on there, I got a little bit disappointed because that matte top coat kind of dulled the colors a little bit, but still happy with how those came out. So yeah, just really cool kits, and just from now I'm just gonna do a kind of normal, giving you guys a kind of video montage of doing a few poses and a few different angles and stuff, so you guys can have a look around the kit a bit more. But that is pretty much it for this project. Yeah, really happy with this. Yeah, I should also mention that aside from using a little bit of fluorescent red in that main red color, I did also use fluorescent green for the eyes and the cameras on the head, so it's kind of hard to see. I mean, they are pretty bright, but if I give a little UV light onto that, you can see just how bright the eyes and the head camera are going to shine, and the clear blue parts as well, obviously, because those are going to be very reactive, but you can see how well the camera and the eyes light up. I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty cool for sure. Also on the shield, you'll notice I removed the gun barrel in the center of here, just because the Testament's Gundam shield like has like a big claw hand at the end of it, and I thought, okay, the Build Strike shield already has a sort of kind of claw, sort of blade edge onto it, just sort of make it look a little bit more claw-like and less of like a gun by just removing that gun barrel. So that was just another kind of small thing. I think it just goes to show that even if it's a kit that you don't necessarily like, can just do a little bit of work to it, and then you can find a way to make it into something that you like a little bit more, for sure. So I'm happy with this, and hope you guys enjoy it. So thank you guys for watching, of course, and if you have questions, comments, anything about this, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. And from now, just enjoy. Bye guys.